Okay, with this video, I'm taking a video I did from 2013, just overlaying a simple picture with numbers, dealing with the cycle, the idea of an entrapment, the idea of a walking in, twist, rotation, walking in, twist, rotation, walking in, twist, rotation. Before you know it, you're lost. It's a house of mirrors. It's a house of ideas given to you. Mental pictures are drawn. Conclusions, erroneous conclusions are drawn from information given to you. You accept that because you have grown up believing that these people in charge of you will not lie to you. You know, I'm not just talking about the little lies, I'm talking about everything they are telling you is a lie. So if you look at this and then go back to sleep and then go back into the war hoax news, the disease hoax news, the entertainment hoax news, that's up to you. But now you know you have been shown the truth and you chose to ignore it. So now that is on you. You're responsible. Okay, this will explain how the news makes stories for emotional, or for any blue number will be your law enforcement number. Your green will be your connecting numbers, and used for times, street numbers, stuff like that. Your red would be your concern numbers. 16 children died, 21, children died, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all hocus pocus. Your center is 1, 2, 3. All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 7, 8, 9 will be blue. So when you see 7 as a blue number, that's going to be a law enforcement code. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stays in the blue. All right, so now we want to move to 13, so we go back to the center. 13, 14, 15. All right. 16, 17, and 18 are red numbers or concern numbers. All right. All right, then we stay there for the next three. 19, 20, and 21 are red numbers as well. We jump back over to the blue for 22, 23, 24, and then finally we end 25, 26, 27 on your center pillar. And you can see how these are connected, mathematically, and then what you would call magically through your 911 code, which 9, 11, 12, all right? They'll always add that in, and the 12 they hide in times and all kinds of different things. So moving on from there. Okay, so to put our newly found idea to work, we have our 2, which is our twin engine. This is a fake story. Nobody died. Nobody got hurt. It's nonsense. All right, they're just doing a fire drill. All right, so we have 2, which is our 2, landing at 6:20. All right, and then we also have over here on this is our 7 and 9 code. All right, right there. Remember, 7 of 9 in the Star Trek world would be the alien human hybrid. Just remember that. So we also have our 7 and our 9 code. So then our 9 is our law enforcement code. All right. Our 7 is our law enforcement code as well. Remember, 7, 8, 9. So that's 2 law enforcement codes right there. All right. And then we're going to move to the concern. Well, they haven't figured out how many people died yet, so they'll figure that out. And then I'm guessing we can probably maybe make a guess that 6 people might be dead at the end of all this. Let's just make a wild guess and say that, because 4, 5, and 6 are your red numbers. Okay, so we'll wait to see how that kind of unfolds, because it's going to fall within one of those categories, and then of course the corresponding verbiage around it will play off of that. All right. Right now, this is just an enforcement event, which means there's nothing to cry about. They haven't given any names out. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't even gotten to that aspect of the story, if that makes sense. This is very strictly like an announcement for code. So looking at where it went down, the code's right there. This is what they're actually wanting to see right here. And hold on. Just to remind you, you have like this 12-pointed star right here with the 4 mains. You can break it down several ways, but remember, your 12 is also going to be a 911 connector number. So that's 3 law enforcement or enforcement. When I say law enforcement, it's also kind of a mental shock enforcement. You haven't been given the names and the death yet, but it's kind of hitting you that, oh wow, something happened. It didn't. So looking in our Phoenician alphabet, which is where this all boils down to, we have our G, which is our third letter, our K, and we have our ninth, which is the zero, or the big O, the wheel, all right? That would be Saturn, and that would work back to Saturn. I'll get to all that next. But anyway, so you would say OK, or, well, several ways. K-O, OK, Ga, all kinds of different ways to hide the language of what they're talking about. And so anyways, that's just another way of looking at the code. And this is all basically 7. So if you think about the walls of Jericho coming down, it was on the 7th day. You had 7 priests with 7 ram's horns blowing. So the 777, or the 21, which is your flipped 12. Because if you recall your 21, your flipped 12 mirror opposite, hold on. Yeah, your mirrored opposite of 12, remember, is shooting across, is going to be your 21 number, and 21's a red number. So that would be a concern, or an emotional number. So we're dealing with 4, 5, and 6 on the red numbers for the possible victims when they're announced. We'll see. And just remember, you're dealing with the prince of the air. You'll recall back in Ephesians, all right? We'll just go 2:2. Where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. All right? That would be this. Now, if you recall, this would be the timekeeper, Chronos, Saturn, the ring maker, the one ring to rule them all, which of course we're now in the F ring. Hold on. So now we go down to the F ring, and we are the F ring, which is your 6th ring, right, in the alphabet. All right. So F ring, discovered by, you guessed it, Pioneer 11. All right. So it's always the same code. So you have this. This is the F ring. These so-called marks going through, I call this noise. They claim it's from two small moons, Prometheus and Pandora. Of course, we know Prometheus is the trickster, or the hoaxster. Hoaxster. Pandora gives you everything you want to see. This is all your red numbers. All right. Prometheus is the hoaxster. You know, I guess a lot of the main things coming out of the hoax would be mainly blue at first, and then Pandora gives you all the stuff you want, all the weeping and wailing you can stuff between your ears, right? And if you recall, fractions or fractals go back to ancient Egypt and all that other nonsense, where they've hidden all this very basic information, all right? The quarter, which is also 25, by the way, or 7. You just see, depending on how you look at things, what your eye sees. This quarter, yeah, it looks like a quarter, but it's also, it could be a 5. It could be a quarter, right? 25, which is a 7. All right. Let's keep going. I also wanted to bring to your attention this, which is, as you know, I'm on the 7 code as being displayed throughout conflict as being your 3 7s or your blackjack, and you see the axial tilt is your 9, which is your connector for what would be the god of this place, right? And then your 777. So then going back to Saturn, this would be the understanding of Saturn taking the family jewels from Uranus. All right, now we're going to have to look at something different to understand that a little bit. Now, if you remember, Uranus is the guy that has his hand outside the ring of time. He is without time. Saturn is within the ring of time. So if you recall, the mutilation is cute buddy, little cute butt Saturn chops the family jewels off the old man, basically steals them, and he's actually locked in time, so he can create within time whatever mayhem's happening, but outside of time it's still outside of time. So that's kind of that. And we're stuck in a deception, that's kind of this represents this. The earth would be within the ring of time, or the timekeeper Kronos, or the old father time. This is old man without time. Alright, that's really it. That's about all I got. And there is a way out, and that's putting your faith in Jesus Christ, and you're out. And that's